Well, good morning, dear friends from Kandy, Sri Lanka. So this morning I'm up bright and early, not too early. I'm not climbing a mountain this morning, so I'm up around about 7:30. I'm here at the Kandy rail station. I'm gonna hop on a train to Ella. So from what I understand, this is one of those can't miss train rides in Sri Lanka. So it takes you through some of the most beautiful part of Sri Lanka. So I'm really excited to get in the train and next to a window and watch this beautiful country slide past me. So looking forward to the train trip. The train station is really well organized. There's looks like there's probably there's only two or three, maybe one, two, three. It's like 5 platforms. I believe the Ella train this morning's leaving on 2. I don't know if that's consistent. Platform 2. Platform 2 you can get on either side, which is kind of cool. The rail staff are really helpful. There's a ticket checker as you enter the platform area, and he'll basically look at your ticket, tell you what platform, what time your train is leaving, and if you're taking a first class car, you walk all the way to the end, and that's where the first class coaches are, furthest from the station. So those little things help to know where your coach is and what platform you're leaving on. There's a big board as you walk in that gives you updated times of what train, what platform, and what time, which is really nice. It's not always as clear. I feel like Sri Lankan trains, even though they're fairly notorious for running late and not on time, at least when you get to the train station, you can tell fairly quickly where your train is and what time it's expected. So that's always nice. Not always the case in train stations in India, a little more frantic and less organized, more people obviously too. So it's wonderful to take a train like this from Kandy to Ella. You end up passing through the highlands here in Sri Lanka. You make your way through tea plantation country, the mountains, the forest, the jungle, small villages. It's just an incredibly scenic view. Is or how full it is, you might be able to find yourself a doorway and you can sit on the floorboard and the open doorway and just watch the countryside go by. I'm really lucky. I'm not on a completely packed train, so I've been able to find a doorway that was free, and I've just perched myself here and I'm watching the countryside go by and the tea plantations and the little villages and waving to all the folks who happen to be living near the tracks. And it's just a really marvelous way to travel on the train. I make my way back to my seat every so often, but it's just amazing and beautiful. So behind me is the 9 Arches Bridge. So this was built around World War I when they first commissioned it. If you get here early, you can try to beat the crowds and actually walk across the bridge by yourself. I'm here about 6:30. The light is really just tremendous as well. It's gorgeous. You take the train from Kandy to Ella. If you stay on the train one stop past Ella, you actually end up on the bridge, and the train stops, just a quick whistle stop. They stop on the bridge and then let you get off and check out the surroundings and the environment, and then hop back on. So that's one of the tips I didn't realize is that you could actually stop on the bridge. So if you want to spend some time on the Nine Arches and actually step off the train or ride the train across it and step off the train and check out the view from on the top, then take the train one stop past Ella. Just make sure, I guess not all the trains stop there, so just make sure your train does. Check with the conductor, he'll let you know if it's the one I took left the station in Kandy at 8:30. So just do a little bit of research and see if that's something you want to do. But it's really just gorgeous here. So the Nine Arches Bridge that I'm walking on here, this was contracted to be built around World War I. They ran into some issues because all the steel that was going to go into the bridge had to be diverted for the war. And so this bridge ended up being built just out of stone and brick, and it's endured since then. So Ella is known for several things, mostly outdoor. You have the Nine Arches Bridge, as well as, you know, some of the hikes that you can find around town fairly close. But when you're done with some of those outdoor activities, Ella's got a fairly nice developed kind of main drag that has plenty of restaurants and shopping and cafes and gelato shops and cappuccino shops. There's several spas here, so if your legs and feet are sore, you can get them rubbed from all that hiking, or sit down and have a beer or a good coffee or a great Sri Lankan dish like a rice and curry. They also have plenty of American and Western style dishes. I've heard, or I've seen a few times on different advertising boards in front of the restaurants, that they have avocado toast. So it appears that avocado toast has reached Ella, and its popularity is known by the locals, and it's being offered. So you can find pretty much anything that you would need if you're hiking or just chilling out and want to relax and have a good dinner or do some shopping. So great little downtown area. You know, everybody's really nice. You know, I'm here, I guess, a little bit before the main season. I'm here late October. So things start to kind of ratchet up for the city and for the locals, probably December, from what I understand. So it's still pretty low key. The owner of one of the restaurants here told me that in high season you'll see, you know, 500-600 people on the street out here walking and going into restaurants, and they have karaoke and live music. Well, good morning, my dear friends. Here in Ella. So I have hiked up to Little Adams Peak this morning. It's a breathtaking view above the city of Ella, and it's shaping up to be just gorgeous. You know, this is kind of acts as one side of what they call Ella Gap. The other side is Ella's Rock, Ella Rock, and between the two you can see straight to what looks like heaven. You know, it's just a beautiful open landscape, you know, below these mountains, and the sun comes up and just changes the sky every morning, and it makes it look just incredibly beautiful. You know, it's just one of the best things to do is catch the morning sunrise here if you can get up early. I got here about 5 a.m. and it's about a 20-minute walk from the gate. I took a tuk-tuk up here. You can walk from the city as well. Tuk-tuk's about 10 or 15 minutes. The walk from Ella is probably 40 minutes. And if you plan on getting here at 5 a.m., it's going to be pretty much dark the whole way. So whatever you're comfortable with. I wanted to ride it in a tuk-tuk because I'm solo. So it's better to maybe plan ahead that way. So you can hear Buddhist chantings in the distance at this hour. The sky is just starting to turn and light up. I'm going to turn my camera around and catch some of that sunrise. You have these trail dogs that seem to follow people up on these morning hikes. I've seen it at Sigiriya and Pitarangula, where they'll be at the trailhead in the morning, and they seem to just sort of follow these sunrise seekers up to the top of the hill every morning. It's kind of sweet. So the hike up to Little Adams Peak, it's part stairs, part rock trail, fairly easy. It's a pretty high altitude gain, so you're going up, up, up the whole time. But the terrain is pretty well traveled, and a lot of it is these nice stairs that they put in. So you're not going to be scrambling over boulders or really straining to make your way up the trail. So fairly good. It just there's just a fairly significant elevation gain, so it's going to take, you might be huffing and puffing by the time you get to the top.